Enemy taking C.
Hello YouTube, this is World War Black Ops Pro, and today I'm going to talk about the real algorithm for the Advanced Warfare skill-based matchmaking, because there are a lot of misconceptions about it, and I just want to clear up some misconceptions and, kind of just inform you guys about what skill-based matchmaking actually does when it decides to put you in a certain lobby or put you in a certain skill bracket so that you only face certain players with a similar skill level. Now, the gameplay you're going to see in the background is me on Solar with the IMR, and I go on a 29 gun streak at the end because I go on 11 streak and then I die, and then I actually get 40 kills. Actually end up with 40 kills and only 1 death. So what that means is I was on a 29, and unfortunately the game ended, so I did not get the DNA. It's quite unfortunate. I probably would have if there was at least 10 more seconds left in the game. But let's get into skill-based matchmaking. So skill-based matchmaking, many people thought was just purely on KD, or I mean maybe not purely on KD, but most people thought it was mostly based on KD, and that's what I thought too. I used to think it was mainly based on KD, but it's actually not. What it's based on is a variety of factors, but I'm going to kind of explain each of them and why and how important they are to putting you in a certain match. So it's one score per minute, and score per minute is just the amount of score you get per minute. It kind of explains itself. And of course, if you sit at the back of the map and you just sit in corners, or you don't find very many kills or anything, your score per minute is going to be lower, which means you'll be put in a lower skill bracket. Another thing is win-loss. Now, win-loss, this kind of explains itself. The more wins you get, the higher your win-loss will be. If you take a bunch of losses, or you are constantly backing out games, your win-loss will be lower. Another thing it takes into consideration is your rank. So yes, your rank, and I don't think it's done this in any other Call of Duty. I'm not even sure if it did this when it was in Black Ops 2. But if you're at Prestige Master, you're gonna get paired up with people who are in a higher skill bracket than if you're 0 with Prestige level 50. That's just kind of how it works, and I didn't think this was the case at first. In fact, that's probably why I Prestige so many times. I'm at Prestige 8 on my main account, so I didn't realize this until today. I mean, of course, a friend of mine told me about this, and about this whole skill-based matchmaking thing and the algorithm and how it works, because either he or someone he knew someone who was working at Sledgehammer, and he got info to the algorithm. So that's why I'm bringing it to you guys now. And now now KD is another factor, but this is actually a very benign factor. It's not even that much of a factor. I mean, it has a little bit of impact, but it's so small that blowing yourself up 200 times a match isn't going to make a big difference. And then you see me, I died on 11 or something like that, and of course I was pretty pissed up there. But I was even more pissed off when the game ended on 29. That's not too important. Now, so if you blow yourself up 200 times a match with the NA-45 sniper rifle, that's not really going to help you. And I did make a reverse boosting tutorial last month, kind of detailing how to reverse boost, and yeah, that's not exactly that effective. So given that it has a lot of detrimental effects on the game, I mean, not only is it not that fun, is it not fun to play like that, but you kind of affect your team in a negative way, and you affect the whole community in a negative way. So if you reverse boost like that, I would recommend you don't, because number one, you're not doing yourself a favor, and number two, you're not really doing the community a favor either. So KD isn't really a factor. I mean, it's small, but it's so small I wouldn't even consider it a factor. And I've kind of noticed that, because even when I would have a really low KD, I was still getting into sweaty lobbies. So KD was probably more important in Black Ops 2 when that way implemented it into that before they took it out, but it's not important in this game. And the reason why is because Sledgehammer actually saw people abusing the system by blowing themselves up. They foreshadowed it, and they were right, because people, when you put in skill-based matchmaking or some other type of system like that, they were going to abuse it. And speaking of abuses, I'm running with a full party in this gameplay right now. We're all running system hacks with no EXO, so essentially we're forcing them to play classic playlist in the EXO, the classic mode and EXO playlist. So hope you enjoyed that. It's like system hack after system hack, and you know, yeah, I mean, my team would definitely have a lot more fun than these guys, but you know, Sledgehammer saw this coming, and that's why they did that. So they made it a very small factor because they realized that people were going to be blowing themselves up, and people were going to be reverse boosting and stuff like that. So yeah, that's apparently why if you've ever looked into buying a reverse boosted account to get in easier lobbies, that's apparently why none of them are above level 50, rank prestige 0. Apparently for that reason. I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't bought a reverse boosted account, or I don't plan on doing that. I definitely don't plan on doing that, because I mean that's just taking a step too far, in my opinion. I don't even consider my gameplays reverse boosted anymore because I haven't done it for over 2.5 weeks, and you know, I'm still having fun. It's actually, I mean, sure, is it harder? I mean, yes, but sometimes I run into noobs. Like, I don't want to run into noobs, like, you know, that are like level 1s and they're just looking at the ground and they're just doing that, Like, I want somewhat of a challenge, at least. Like, for at least I want a little bit of a challenge, but I just don't want to have to try every game, because when I have to try every game and everyone's using the ASM1, it just gets annoying. And you know, guys, I understand your frustrations with this game. Like, yeah, the skill-based matchmaking should be removed. I definitely agree with that 100%. Now, is Sledgehammer gonna remove it? I don't think so. They've been trying to safeguard this skill-based matchmaking since the beginning, and that's probably the reason why they haven't released any information on the algorithm for this. So until now, no one's really understood how it worked. And you know, because I understand why they did that, because if everybody knew exactly how it worked, they could abuse it even more than they have been in the past. So I understand why they try to hit it. They had to try to hide it, but you know, why is it in the game in the first place? It shouldn't be in the game. It really shouldn't. Biggest reason for this is because it just makes the game not fun to play, and the game lags a lot, and the connections are not not good, because you're playing with people across the globe from you and who are in the same skill bracket just because you're in the same skill bracket, and that's just not fun. I'm sure if they took it out, a lot of people will be brought back to this game, but probably not enough to save it, fortunately. So if you or someone you know is still reverse boosting, encourage them not to. Maybe show them this video. Kind of explain to them that, okay, it's not based on KD. It's based more on these other factors that I've already mentioned, because it is detrimental to the game, but it's also not helpful to you. You're wasting your time by doing it. It's not even beneficial at this point. I mean, I haven't done it, and I don't plan to do it. So yeah, just don't do it anymore. It really just, I mean, I'm sure people will find ways to abuse it now. Like, this gets out like this, but you know, Sledgehammer really needs to take it out of the game. The reason why they planned on banning people for reverse boosting was because it did have detrimental effects on the game. Not so much because it was effective, not so much because skill-based matchmaking was effective, but just because it had detrimental effects on the game. That's also why, like, if you're level 1, like, you just start the game, you make a new account and you start playing Advanced Warfare, you will be paired up with people who are bad, because you have a 0 score per minute, you have a 0-1 loss, you have a 0 KD, you have a 0 pretty much everything. You have 0. You're at level 1, so that explains exactly why you get into noob lobbies, and then you could be at like a level 10 or something, have a really, or you could be at like a higher level and have like low stats and still get into sweaty lobbies. So although this is by no means confirmed, it does have a lot of credibility. I mean, the only way it could be 100% confirmed is Sledgehammer came out and directly said that that this was right. This is how it would exactly work. But I doubt they're ever gonna do that, because you know that they're just kind of shooting themselves in the foot at that point. But you know, this has been proven in many ways, kind of, because it's been proven a little bit because if you're at level 1 and you get that sort of lobby, you know that's kind of how it works. And you could be like a prestige like 8 or something, and you could have like a .1 KD and get into sweaty lobbies. So yeah, a lot of people reverse boosting. It's still kind of a thing in AW. Hopefully it doesn't remain that way, because it's always annoying to run into people who are doing it, or run against people who you know are reverse boosting, and yeah, it's just game breaking. And you know, while this game would be more fun without skill-based matchmaking, I definitely think reverse boosting probably should go. I mean, is Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield, are they addressing this problem how they should be? No. They should have responded to this problem by taking out skill-based matchmaking, not forcing us to play competitively in pub matches. I mean, this game has only been out for 2 months and it's practically dead. I mean, I'm running the same people a lot of times in the playlist populations, because they're really small. Like, the playlist population is small, and not many copies of this game have been sold. Like, for example, like in fact, like only about 5 million have been sold, which is about 3 times less than it's about only about a third of what Ghost sold. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the commentary. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. This has been World of War, and see you guys later.